What are we supposed to do to resolve a distortion? It's simple. Clouds seem to have a habit of prefacing our expositions with a disclaimer about their simplicity. What people do is open up the heart of the distorted, disarm their mind's guard, and coax them into opening up. I see. We move the scapula first, or perhaps the sternum. A physical revelation of the heart. An interesting proposal. First off, we should probably visit that Jungbang's place and figure some things out. We're all poultries walking around. That can't be hygienic. They look like things that were on these people's heads earlier. I don't know what they are, but we shouldn't get so close to. Unfortunately, I've forgotten that around 80% of the sinners valued my suggestions less than the cooing of a random pigeon on the roadside. You can have free chicken for life once we're done whacking these pullets, eh? Cute. Let's stab. I get it! That one was slice them all bare! Huh. Nod. Provoked, the raw chickens leapt into the air. Huh? Heathcliff! Heathcliff's face was then devoured by one of them. Heathcliff! Heathcliff stood in silence with a raw chicken adorning his head. It was quite the sight, much to my terror. I think I like Heathcliff better this way, you know? He actually seems intelligent. Oh gosh, what do we do? Dante! Wait, quick, your clock! But then... Nothing would stop me from rewinding here. The problem is... What if my head turns into chicken while the clock's working? SD. Same difference? Clock head, chicken head, they're no different. I don't get being puffy over it. It looked like Sinclair was the only one actually worried about Heathcliff. Mr. Heathcliff, are you alright in there? Say, why don't we keep him as our mascot if the thing never comes off? What's the deal with you and mascots anyways? Oh. Woo! Lead eyes pitter! Heathcliff is communicating with other hens! Heathcliff becomes quite the chatterbox. It appears that the chicken sitting on his face is using his mouth to communicate, rather than Heathcliff himself. I cannot leave Sir Heathcliff in these straits. I had wished to cosplay him as two fixers, the act- Okay, I'm not pronouncing. Someday. We would only be subject to mockery if we were to engage in mummery with that chicken head. To avoid the gathering crowd, we shoved Heathcliff into the interior of Jungbang's bar and Friars, and followed behind him. Can't stand his cluckering anymore. I'll bring him back to his senses shortly. Otis grabbed the raw chicken on Heathcliff's head with one hand and began to slap it ruthlessly for spare. Furiously. The sound of the impacts was comparable to when she was interrogating a captive enemy. I don't see him ever recovering on his own. This leaves us no choice. I'll remove the chicken head as a whole. You're lucky to yank it off like that? You might feel his face right along with it. Grow a backbone. Even if his skin were to be removed, it's perfectly fine as our executive manager is here to handle it. No, seriously, it's not really that fine for me, Otis, and I can't just... Despite her opposition, Otis began jostling the chicken with all her might. I heard something tear. It didn't actually come off. Did it? Huh. Back with the soldier? What's all this balmy soup in my mouth? Heath, you're having some serious discussion with those chickens. Fucking weird stuff, remember? Huh? Now that you say it, I think I did hear some gabbing in my head. What were they on about? Some sort of recipe got lost, I guess? Was the cornerstone his eatery, but once it was gone, he stopped getting customers. It was when the master started acting off and infected us all. You see those chickens were us? Bugger, still covering from his head. That's what you decided to call them? The distortion happened because he lost his recipe, and maybe we can somehow recreate it for him? You've gotten close enough to an answer. Though much about the distortion remains unknown, one of the noted peculiars is that it contains when... How did I... Contains... What the... Contains? Contains? Though much about the distortion remains unknown, one of the noted particulars is that it occurs when the good and evil... No, when the mind crumbles to figurative pieces. Sounds like you just pivot away from good and evil because that version would get too long for you to bother. For instance, let's say Hongzu held a belief he was certain would be an unchanging constant as he lived in the city. Or, it could be a hope for some other psychological sustainment that has supported his life. If that support suddenly collapsed in a massively shocking event that caused one to let their ego go, his mind would crumble, so to speak. Well, I could see that happening. It could be so shocking for a well-off cuss like you, getting your pretty purse snatched away. Oh, no, I never received an allowance. There was no need for such a thing when I could spend any amount whatever I wanted. Really? What else is it then? I thought I knew, but I can't seem to elaborate on it with words right now. To return to the point and sum things up. The distortion is a phenomenon that arises from deeply personal psychological shock. The affected will have walled off their hearts with a solid defense. This wall has to be brought down using methods that the distortion would approve. In this case, the distortion would want chicken-based cooking, right? Gregor took a confident step forward after saying that. I cooked up a good few meals using leftovers and cans for my comrades in arms during the war. Those traumatized soldiers were moved to tears by my dishes as they gobbled up the stuff. Hey now, just me or did I hear somebody scoff at that? How droll. What does a CF know about cooking? You do better off flipping hamburger patties with your pincer. Ooh, if Mr. Gregor opened a business, he'd be a boss with big meaty claws. Ryoshu. That's short for crawling furball, isn't it? I'll say, I do like the idea of being a bug with big meaty claws. Eh? My head just got straight. A true chef follows their tongue and blade. Could you really say that food haphazardly massed together in a war zone is real cuisine? Ooh, that's one for the cookbooks. Miss Ryoshu, she's speaking the full words for once. It sounded cool, but I'm not sure you're the one giving out advice. Actually, hold on. Have you even cooked before, Ryoshu? Obs. I've crafted dishes on a level that you as a trifling cook can't dare imagine. Okay, now I'm starting to get mad. Let's see. I'm on Shu's side. Are we splitting up into teams now? I mean, it's fun. And why'd you end up siding with her? Greg, darling, you've been stuck too close for too long. Why don't we try a little distance just for today? Heathcliff, having shaken off the dizzies, walked to Gregor's side. So we went by poping up, eh? No, you're not crushing anyone with force. You admit to feeding your men canned food? You're a disgrace to your soldier. For your reference, I much prefer instant food. That reference is just a preference. This is childish, really. Do you guys seriously want to take sides over this? Tell us. Why don't you tell us which side you are? Ishi? You gotta choose between Greg and Ryoshu to serve food for us sinners. Don't you try and coax her. I know Ishmael and I have been thick as thieves since early on. In spite of Gregor's confidence, Ishmael and posture betrayed a sense of awkwardness. Ishmael? Sorry, Gregor, but if it's canned goods we're talking about, I ate more than I ever want on a ship. Come on, why would you look me in the eyes? Ishmael? Eh? Ishmael took a few sluggish steps backwards to stand next to Ryoshu. Her eyes never looked up to me, Gregor. Even though there wasn't much rapport to begin with, I could hear what little trusting bond existed between the two fall apart. Don Quixote had glued herself to Gregor's back before I noticed. Her face was off-colored. As a matter of truth, while we were banqueting upon skewered chicken on the bus, I bore witness to that woman's most awful deed. What'd you do with the chicken kebab? Nay, I cannot begin to put it to words. Ah, well, you saw it, did you? That was the secret technique of mine to bring out the Dakochi's ultimate flavor. Don Quixote shuddered violently. Soon enough, Honglu went to Gregor's side with a sparkle in his eyes. Oh, it would be a unique experience to try dishes comparable to pet food once in my life, right? I'll be rooting for you, Gregor. Right. Thanks a lot, Honolulu. Honolulu stood behind Gregor wearing a kind smile on his face. Faust! I can count on you of all people to make the rational choice, yeah? I don't know. As Faust, can enjoy a risky adventure from time to time. With that profound remark, Faust took her place right behind Ryoshi. I don't really get it. Why are we splitting our group into opposing teams? Hey, chick, pick a way to survive or buzz off. The chirping hesitation is cool, kiddo? Then, Sinclair, you might be linked to Ryoshi on a spiritual level at this point. Ryoshi's ruthless remark made Sinclair trudge to her side. Isn't it unfair to threaten him to join you? That's cheating. I shan't choose, and instead, I humbly wait your selection. Don't need that. You take it. He sang was placed on Gregor's team without him moving a muscle. Lastly, Mersalt stood quietly behind Gregor. Mersalt? I'm a little touched. I never knew we talked much, but still decided to come stand by me in my time of need. I have only done so because joining the team with fewer members would set the balance right. Some will proclaim that they saw tears well up in Gregor's eyes at that moment. With the teams decided, we entered the kitchen of Yunbong's, looking for a suitable place to cook. It had become a long-neglected mess with traces of foul rampage. However, Ryoshi and Gregor kicked stray plates and utensils out of the way like it was none of their business, then took their spots. Hang on, are we allowed to do all this in someone else's restaurant? It's a Raph's, so why care? You can't call a restaurant already fated to shut- We're trying to help! Yeah, our goal is to deal with the distortion, isn't it? An angered flock of chickens fluttered to intimidate the surrounding intruders, but much to their dismay. Get in my way and you're all getting chopped. Get in my way and you're all getting sliced. You guys look more in sync now. Ryoshi and Gregor radiated a burning viciousness. Is this murderous aura supposed to be part of the culinary experience? What recipe are you gonna show? More canned crapola? No dish beats the taste of survival. Hey, champagne here. Give me a hen. Huh? Okay. Yisang, sorry, but can you open this can for me? As you so wish. The sight and sounds filling the kitchen seemed at least somewhat proper. I can hear knives cutting the cutting boards, broth boiling up in pots, and fires sizzling on cigarettes. Huh? What are you smoking in the kitchen? The two remained silent. Of course, as expected, the sound of cigarette being snuffed out only came from Gregor's side. I stared at Gregor's dish for a good while. What, is this, Gregor? Military survivalist meal, or something like that. Do they really eat this in the military? Look, manager bud, didn't you say you're an amnesiac? Since when were you such a delicate food critic, huh? Gregor lost his usual calm demeanor and suddenly snapped it. I looked at Ryoshi's serving next. I felt I was looking at a brand new work of art. As in, I had no idea what it was supposed to be. Ryoshi, just to make sure, you didn't mistake our objective with assassinating the distorted restaurant, did you? STCU. She wants to shut the fuck up. Heathcliff and Mersalt had caught the owner of Yunbong's and put him in a seat in the meantime. They started feeding him Ryoshi's cooking. Crap. The distortion's language is difficult to parse. It'll take me at least 70 hours to decipher it based on the speech pattern and cadence. That long? We can't be frying chickens for all that time. Wait. I think I can hear his voice in my head. How curious. This could be due to the influence of the golden vows they've collected resonating with Manager Dante's head. I think I just heard a staggering statement, but the owner's cries were too distracting. What is he trying to say? funeral procession in my mouth. Is your cooking theme poultry apocalypse? He asks. Right. Today'll be the day I rip that clock from its stem. I was just relaying his review. Then the two of you can go to hell together. Not too cocky, eh, Ryoshu? Confidence is good and all, but it's no match for hard-boiled experience. Alright, guess it's my turn. Open wide now, pal. Girl. Aha! Is he starting to open up his heart? He's wondering if it was sludged up from the food waste dumpster outside. Looks like both of your dishes failed. Governor and his chickens came at us with growls, as if to express their master's anger in full. What are these numbers? It may be an indicator, alerting us of squandering 2 out of 5 opportunities. I guess each team can prepare another dish then. How's that sound? And just like that, thus began Limbus Company's petite cooking competition. Right, now we'll assign each of us a role. Not that it'll make a difference, but... Say, Hong Lu, you ever seen a kitchen before? Well, my room didn't have any kitchenettes, though I did sneak into the grand dining hall on the second floor a few times for snacks when I was a kid. Ahem! Next up, we have Yusei. Wasn't he the only one that came out fine when we drank that spoiled milk the other day? The smell was the sensual one, permeating my pulmonary depths. Don Quixote, something wrong with your throat? What say you let me take the mantle? She said this with a bashful expression, her hands behind her back. Don Quixote, this isn't time for kid stuff. I am no child! And why am I denied chef's place when Sinclair is allowed to do such on the other team? The chicken is chopped too unevenly. You should cut them better. Keep your back straight. Right, okay. Kiddo, is this a bit bland? Use a teensy bit more sweetness. Sweetness? Let's see. Where's the sugar? Here's so much Faust is seeing. The heat needs to be pitched up 1 notch. That one's hopeless. The knife grip is all wrong. Why don't you all stop being backseat chefs and actually help? I mean, you could definitely trust Sinclair to take on that kind of stuff. His palate should be pretty good enough to judge, too, grown up in a normal family. Now wait a tick, why isn't everybody giving me suggestions? Watch, I can cook an egg. Bloody hell! Why is the damn fry pan heated? It almost grilled me dead! Everyone watched the pan heat go through, hit a wall, and broke into pieces. This restaurant reeks of mold and other unclean stains. It is likely that the kitchen has been left unattended for at least 140 days. Cooking outside may be more sanitary in the current situation. I prithee, give me permission to cook! How dare you mess up our kitchen? Sorry. How dare you mess up our kitchen! You'll reckon with our wrath for your foul deed! It just felt like that's what he's saying. Come on, keep it together. Can anyone tell me what this food is meant to be? 'Tis quite simple! Manager Esquire! Is nut chocolate such a delicacy? Thus we put it into cooking. Next, I utilized oranges as a substitute for potatoes, for I much dislike the tuber. What? Who do you think you ought to take out spuds like that? You're right, baffling bird. Okay, but why is the chicken so brutally torn to bits? It was customary in our town to rip chickens into bite-sized pieces using one pan. It was a treat to remember. And what's this black thing? Why is a lump of coal in the pan? Complaining an awful lot from a mouth with cuss. You even know how to eat this stuff? The chickens rushed at us under the distorted restaurant under a short yet decisive order. Nay, what manner of foul trickery is this? The number has gone down whilst the judge is yet to even touch his dish! He says it's not even worth evaluating since what you said of it scared away his appetite. That's a few more syllables than what the owner spoke, isn't it? Right he is! May this rejection be revoked! Hold it! Let me ask you guys this first. Have any of you even tasted this thing? You can't feed other things you haven't tried yourself! We're trying to please someone here! Fuckface got a point, I have to admit. He wants to try this. The tension was thicker than when we were preparing for battle. I urge you not to look at me with such eyes. Permit me! If my sacrifice helpeth to unfurl the wickedness of the world! Don Quixote shut her eyes tight. Bugger all! Someone just get the damn stuff in the jaw! Heathcliff grabbed a lump out of the serving and shoved it into the nearest person's mouth. Salt stood completely still at the unexpected taste test. Did that kill him on the spot? I swear upon mine honor that I have done nothing to cause trouble at this time. If Sir Virgilius is ever to ask who was responsible... Salt turned to Heathcliff, curiously. What? The dressing is erroneous overall. Failure to properly cook the chicken has resulted in residual stench of blood and other unpleasant odors. The sauce is too thick to bring out a deep flavor. The inconsistent cuts of meat contribute to the serving's inability to rouse one's appetite. Have you gone loony? That what you have to say? No. I have not finished. The seasons and spices are a complete disaster, and the taste in my mouth is even worse than plaster. Lacking sugar, you toss 2.5 spoons of butter, and the result simply belongs right in the gutter. I am quite sorry. You say. If I must ask you to aim, withdrawing my teeth and prong my tongue by cooking wrong, seeing as this plate's headstrong lends to ding-dong notions of what food is to you all along. I have not one excuse. Why is Salt rhyming? Why does he keep rhyming? I actually don't know. What a bloody moment. Is he possessed by something? Or? Most people were unable to accept my point when I elaborated on my statements in detail. Because of that, I have not bothered to expand upon them until now. Additionally, I know. Why don't we let Salt take charge this time? Congo swiftly made a suggestion for a shower of claps to break the frigid tension before his turn to be condemned came around. We'll help you with everything you need. I do not prefer to have assistants around. Fret not! We shan't disappoint you! Don Quixote bravely exclaimed, rolling up her sleeves. Cooking is not my specialty, but if you so insist, I will readily attempt it. Let's have a look at Ryoshu's team, then. While there was a spectacle occurring on Gregor's team, the air had grown tense among Ryoshu's group. But... How in the wing's names am I supposed to make a food that's both salty and clean, sweet but not too sugary, and lightly cooked but also somehow crispy? Sinclair... Oh wait, he yelled that? Oh god. Sinclair yelled, throwing the apron he'd been wearing to the floor. I can't do this anymore! I guess Ishmael was right. Beating Heathcliff at arm wrestling is gonna be easier than this! That was a joke. Statistically speaking, it is as likely as Sinclair's height increasing by 5 centimeters in just 1 week. In other words, a nigh impossible— SHUT UP ALREADY! It's all the same! How weak. You cannot withstand a few criticisms and come whining like the pathetic soldier you are. You're so darn sure of yourself, Otis! Why don't you do it yourself, then? As courageous as his rebuttal was, his eyes were shut tight. You leave me no choice. Out of my way, stragglers. It's about time someone led this troop. In a series of turbulent events I did not fully catch, Salt took up Gregor's culinary antenna, and Toque Blanque. How I'm about 100% sure I mispronounced that. I don't know how to say that. The kitchen grew busy as Gregor's sinners moved according to Salt's orders. Behold, Mersalt! I have carved this one into the adorable shape of a star! Potatoes should be cut in square pieces as they may be cooked evenly on all sides. Nevertheless, square shapes, 5 centimeters. Salt looked more charismatic than ever with the mantle of chef head upon his shoulders. Whatever. Chicken's a chicken. It'll only be so special. Who knows? That lost recipe of mine might have been superficial stuff like 1 spoon of earnestness and 3 scoops of efforts. Ah, so this is how you cook potatoes. What the? I thought they harvested baked potatoes out in the fields? Taking me for a fool, aren't you? Obviously. Ripe potatoes fall from their trees when the time is right. I was just kidding, Heathcliff. Oh, what are you planning to do with that tenderizer? Serene flower has blossomed on this yam. Ah, so a bud can indeed blossom, even upon this barren ground. That is a sign the potato is poisonous. It must be disposed of. Don Quixote. Confiscated. Righty-ho! Please do not do such. Burnt things are significant in their own ways. In truth, the state of being burnt may as well be an imaginary concept defined by man when the essence of an object is yet to remain unchanged. Burnt refers to the condition in which a food item is discolored beyond a certain degree and produces an acrid smell after prolonged exposure to high heat. And this one is burnt to its core. It is only right to discard as long-term consumption of burnt food can negatively impact the body. How regrettable. Salt became a ruthless chef while Yusang remained mostly unhelpful. Heathcliff was peeling ingredients at a surprisingly brisk pace. Don't dab at me, it will ruin my focus. Knives are luxury. Real papa can be any spud more than metal, nothing more than a metal spoon. This gets a pass. You are rewarded extra points for the expertise displayed in your excellent strokes. That's class! Watch closely. You need to employ a wide variety of ingredients. Being a picky eater is what stunted your growth. I can still get taller from here! I think. Also, an unbalanced diet is the reason why your hair is all gray. Faust has always had. Your hands in particular have become coarse and rough for the same reason. Excuse me? All the work I did aboard the ship! Me next. Otis, what about me? What's the diagnosis? Don't yell frivolously like that! You're being a distraction! You know we only have 2 chances left, right, team? How about we start for salts, made by following the formula to T. Prepared with pinpoint precision, our salts dish looks like a picture in a cookbook come to life. Right. We have something that looks like an actual serving, so that's a good start. After having a taste of the salt's work, the restaurant owner quietly savored it, contemplating for a while. I had to ruminate on this dish for a long time. It was an excellent serving in all tangible ways. The smell, the taste, the presentation. Yet I felt there was something missing I couldn't quite describe in words. And that was professionalism. An ironic smidgen of a blemish within perfection. That is why this dish cannot get a pass, unfortunately. He suddenly started sounding like a posh judge. Someone tugged the masks off that blind head. The only thing distorted about him like he's talking at Jim of... Wow, okay, I'm not pronouncing that. I will do my best. Jim of Foss. Nevertheless, I hold no regrets in the battle. At least the chickens aren't bum Russians this time. With only one chance left, Otis brought her dish to the table. Looks neat, nothing too fancy, but still simple and clean. What are these couple of needles in the dish for, Otis? They look like a clock's hands. They are a simple decoration I added in tribute to the executive manager. Ooh, I'd give bonus points if I could. The comment followed from the owner was sensational for me to put into words. You're such a mess! What are you doing with that freaking mask on your head? Back in your mama's days, we grinned and bore all sorts of nonsense. How are you gonna live through this unforgiving world if we got all heartbroken over something so small? Get it together already. My mother was always like that. Rather than kind and caring words, she would scold me with her nitpicky lectures. She was so particular about chicken, too, rarely touching a piece anybody would take in a heartbeat. Running this restaurant, I had forgotten something important. Oh, Mother. Now's our chance! The distortion or whatever on him is weakening! Look at this! Some kind of doors appeared next to him! Should we go through it? What made Odie's dish stand out anyway? Let us march, soldiers. May we see the end of this. I'm having visions I've never seen before. These must be his memories. They might be recollections that he particularly lost. They might be recollections that he partially lost due to the shock. Oof! Finally found it. Thought he'd keep his top secret recipe locked up tight away, but he was using it as a treat to eat ramen. Is that my restaurant's recipe? How'd you manage to get your hands on it? I sent a spy. Did you really think a part-timer willing to come in an hour early to help with prep on minimum wage would actually exist? But why? Why would you? I had no choice. Gotta make the quota HQ demands of me. My restaurant will be shut down. The recipe's still in my head. 2 spoons of sugar, 1/2 spoons of soy sauce, and add minced garlic. It's no use. I'll have it burnt in the concept incinerator. Any trace of the recipe will be gone, including the memories in your head. No! 2 spoons of sugar, 1/2 spoon of soy sauce. Like I said, you should have shut down your restaurant when I warned you. Sugar. No, was it sugar? I can't remember a thing. I never liked that pet. Knew he was brought in from the NSOP, signs plastic all over his wall. Let's put in the concept incinerator. That recipe is as good as gone. What's a concept incinerator about? Never mind. Ishmael. Your face tells me I don't want to ask about it. Pardon? The concept incinerator. It is a trusted method of permanently erasing a technology. For instance, it has the ability to make it as if Miss Faust never invented Mephistopheles. Does it turn things back in time? No, not quite. Simply is oblivionized. So the brain had never conceived it. Any documentation, photography, the tiniest bits and parts of its composition, and even Miss Faust's own memories will be dimmed and obliterated. The effectiveness and range of the incineration will depend on the price of the product. It's true! Can't remember if the marinade was based on pepper or soy sauce, how much sugar or salt I should put. Nothing's left in my head. None of my customers can remember how it tasted. There's no use in trying at this point. It's all useless. You're soft-hearted Yunbongs? You should do away with that tacky name and give your restaurant a better title. Yunbong is my mother's name. Oh. T-W-H. I suppose tacky can also be friendly more. The problem is your weak will. Just, why are you so eager to start fights? Come! I will fix that helpless attitude of yours. Oda's so mean, bruh.
돌아가기 싫다면 전부 잡아드리죠. 좋아.
시간 끌지 말고 맘.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
길에서 비켜.
치킨을 튀기면서
Running this chicken joint, I forgot something important. That's right,
the
chicken I wanted to cook. Something even my mother could enjoy. Something to please her extremely particular palate. No, wait. I knew all along. The real reason Mama would need my chicken is because we couldn't afford to feed the whole family. That's why we always had a stash of coupons at home. 10 of them could be exchanged for free chicken. My mother would keep collecting them for me. We did all that to feed me chicken. Oh, these are pizza coupons.
엄마는
Son, your mama.
치킨보다
She liked pizza better. My head. He's gone back to normal. That was the sound thing. The carrot and stick approach. It's an effective tactic often deployed in military operations. That was a plan? I don't see how it was any different from the usual balling and striking first. It was a subtle, and this strapping young lad caught my hint and followed along well. Thank you, Captain Otis. You almost called him Rookie, didn't you? I can't thank you enough. I think I'm ready to start anew. It wasn't the recipe I needed, as long as I remember to cook from the heart for those I care about, even if it comes in the shape of pizza. I know my customers would still appreciate their earnest service. Oi, the rivals promised us a lifetime voucher for free chicken, but you have.
나
I thought it'd be stuffing my
있으면
face with
닭다리를
drumsticks and
종류별로
honest
뜯고
flavors.
있을 줄 알았어.
It's nothing much, but please take this. The owner of Yunbong's gave us a wrapped up box. It's an invaluable treasure find. There's nothing else like it.
하나밖에 없는 거.
Could we accept such a rarity from thee?
되게
I wouldn't have been able to reopen my restaurant by your help. So I insist. Please take it as a reward.
그렇게 해서
And thus we had resolved the distortion and claimed our spoils!
어떻어.
Pray tell, were you perhaps speechless with astonishment at the glory of our tale? We then embarked to Yunbong's, was where I took down.
아예 처음부터
That means you've heard nary a word! Why should I bother listening to your embellished drivel when Faust will fill me in on all the details I need?
그쪽은 신경
Come on now, Donkey.
우린 빨리
Forget about all this sourpuss and gather round so we can open the box.
뭐가
I wonder what's inside. Surrounded by sinners full of anticipation, the lid was lifted. Meet Bongi, the one and only doll of our mascot. I made it hoping I could see it used one day, but I'm glad to be giving it as a gift of gratitude.
아니야.
No way.
이럴 리
This
없어.
can't be it.
인형
Maybe
배를
it's something in
갈라보면
Plush's
뭐라도
belly.
들어있.
He didn't seem like the kind of person to do that.
Probably
Probably trying to get rid of it if we were there to take it, eh?
그 소각기인가
Let's
뭔가.
toss that thing in the incinerator. The hand gently nugged at the doll he had gripped with such ferocious rage.
카로는
Caron likes this passenger.
대체
What's there to like about?
눈말 거는
It's got eyes and
아무것도
nothing
갖고
else.
있지 않잖아. 그게 좋아.
It's nice. Alright, that's that. Then keep the doll.
눈 말고 아무것도
That is an
없다더니
incorrect assessment, as the doll has a torso.
몸통도 있다.
Just like that, the chicken plushie we got set free food for life earned its seat on the bus.
네, 동랑 소장.
Yes,
뒤틀림은 무사히
Chief Dong
해결되었습니다.
the distortion
직접
was resolved.
확인했습니다.
I confirmed it with my own eyes.
처음엔 조금 믿었지
They
못해
did seem somewhat
보였는데
unreliable at first.
이야기를
Yes,
나누셔도
but I
좋을
believe
것
it's okay to.
같습니다.
But I believe it should be
이제
okay to
저들을
speak.
데려오겠습니다.
Yes, I'll bring them over now.
이제 어떡하지?
What now of all things?
전
I
주어가
dislike
빠진
sentences
문장을
that lack a subject.
싫어합니다. 저 식당이 문을 다시
Once
열면
that restaurant
우리
reopens,
가게에
we'll
손님이
lose our
빠져나갈
customers,
겁니다.
and we'll miss the quota. And
할당량을 못 훔친 레시피를
you should have started
개념
looking
수학기에
for a
넣었을
way to live the moment you
때부터
put the stolen recipe in a concept
살아남을
interview.
국리를 도둑질을
Have you ever heard
하려면
the saying,
집주인도 못
You rob a
알아채게
house, make
해라.
sure the homeowner never
있었던 거
realizes it.
모르십니까?
I don't know anything about. I didn't.
네,
Yes,
제가
course you
방금
wouldn't.
만들어낸
I just made that up.
말이거든요.
Remember it well next time.
기억. 그럼 이만
I'll see you around.
손님들
I have
맞을
visitors that
준비를
need greeting.
해야 해서.
Before long, we were dragged into a mess of unprecedented scale.